Keep your hands off.
All right,
What's up?
this is real hot girl shit. Welcome to CDR. I'm Brendan. This is Matt. This week we have been listening to
Good news.
by Megan Thee Stallion, the 26-year-old Texan and Houston, live, born, bred rapper. Was told from a young age at 16 when she started getting into rapping. Her mum was like, that's quite sexual. You might want to wait till you're 21 or a little bit older. But she is absolutely killing it. There's a lot of samples. I was just showing Matt before. There's Notorious B.I.G., Eazy-E. There's even a little Jackson 5. You've got Missy Elliott up in there. I mean, she's doing collaboration with Queen Bee, 2 Chainz,
The Baby.
Big Sean, the baby. Man, this is
Young Thug.
and definitely bringing out what could possibly be just confident, personal, sexual, and political in some stages throughout this album. Really touching on a lot, mostly just sex, men, buying jewelry, and I'm better than you, get over it.
And getting rich.
Yeah, super rich.
No, but richer. You know,
Rich. Never stop and get out of my way. I'm getting 100 yeses. That's what she aims for. This is her debut album as well. Do you know she got the best new artist at the Grammys?
Wouldn't surprise me. This album sort of strikes me as your typical empowering piece, despite the fact that it's rather sexual, but I think that's sort of the reason why it might sort of tie into that sort of thing. It's a liberating album, potentially, for some people.
True. It's also been 21 years since a female hip-hop artist won the award.
Okay.
Last one being Lauryn Hill. Just throughout this album, she gets to give tribute to her mum. Also,
you're gonna have to tell me where that is in the album.
I will not know exactly where it is, but all her alter egos come out. This like Tina Snow, Little Hot Girl, Sugar. Everyone's making an appearance on this. All the alter egos.
All right, great.
That's why it's probably a big mixed bag of everything Megan the Stallion's got going on, and kicking off with no. How was your week? Because you picked this.
Yeah, I picked it. We needed to shake it up. We were listening to too much variety of rock. We needed to sort of throw ourselves off a cliff to some degree. I mean, that this isn't going to be my favorite album, right? How can it be? It's sort of hip hop and rap, and doesn't carry any of the interest that someone like a Gene Dawson does, where the flares and the interest with the indie mix really keep the tracks interesting. That being said, this wasn't a completely awful week. Some of the tracks are just so overtly sexual as to be entertaining, right? For the same reason that, like, whenever you hear WAP played, there's generally half the people cringe and half the people are just really fucking into it. And I tend to be in the fucking into it because it's so overt as to be entertaining. And if you know lyrics in that song at random points, it's such a good, you can get a laugh out of anyone.
You get so many laughs in that song. Yes. Oh.
So I tend to err on the side of you can have fun with it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to listen to the album ever again, but the week wasn't that bad. What about you?
I was dreading this week when we started. I was dead set dreading it.
Yeah.
I was like, I reckon I'm going to like it, but when I walked away from our podcast last week, I'm like, I just don't know. I don't know how I'm going to go for a week of listening to what I thought would just be a continuation of WAP.
Yep.
Which would just be a little bit of side drizzle, or quite a lot of side drizzle off WAP has landed in this.
That's not a good word to be using.
This avalanche from WAP has landed in this album.
Very good. Anyway,
I did like it. Because there is funny moments through the album. There's a little bit of change. It doesn't change too much. I mean, there's 2 random tracks in it that I would not have put in there. One being the singing one. She's actually flexing her vocals on this a little bit.
Don't Rock Me to Sleep.
Don't Rock Me to Sleep. And Intercourse, which I would want to bang my head against a wall if I heard it again. Everything after that, I could appreciate just the nostalgic. And I mean, Notorious B.I.G., Who Shot You, coming off the first track. Eazy-E, The Boys in the Hood, is the complete backtracking to Girls in the Hood.
Yep.
Showing what would be Megan's upbringing or one of her alter egos. This really does dive into her life, and I thought it was it was fun, especially the diss tracks. I love the diss tracks and the haters. I love it. But if we move into it, what have you got to say?
So for me, like, the album didn't have really that much in the way of interesting music going for it. Kind of knew that was going to be the case going in. But where the music sort of doesn't really interest me, some of the word choice just is delightful in how absurd it is. And it's funny that you say that you hate that song Intercourse, because, right, like, consider WAP, right?
Yep.
Where do you go from that if you want to have the next shock value song? You strip away all the innuendo and you go literal. And this song is fucking literal. The freaking chorus is sexual intercourse.
Gala my sperm thick, my feed pon walnut.
Now, my favorite line, these are the lines that I was saying around the house all week. I was like, yeah, your tight pussy tiny. Yeah, your vagina so tiny. Just your vagina so tiny is such... this song, I think, in some ways, because it's so overt, literal, and hypersexual, I find it like it's a parody. I can't take this seriously, and so every time I listen to it, I laugh. And because of that, I think I get enjoyment out of it, because it's just... It's so bad as to be good. It's the Room of this album.
Okay. I think the only thing I really dislike about this, and it just gets to me, is that there's like a rewind tune in the background, and the fact that the singer is on this hardcore auto tune, and it really just hurts my ears to listen. I'm like, oh, just stop. Just stop. You can sing. You can do it. Why are you doing this? Please stop. Everything else about it is pretty good. Like, from the lyrics.
I mean, it's not, though, but it is because it's so bad.
Yes, I get you.
Yeah, I don't even really know
but
this.
If there was a shock failure, you've got Body that's just up there. And any of these songs pretty much are just...
But they're not completely literal. Like, the song is called Intercourse.
Oh, because of that.
No, but the entire song is just, hey, let's strip away all the pretext. You know, the line after your vagina so tiny is me sperm thick, right? Like, it's so bad as to be entertaining. Anyway, let's never talk about that song again.
Yeah, okay, cool. Where do we go from there? Well, all the bad bitch anthems?
Well, I mean, so I've learnt that crazy bitch is bad bitch is good. Right.
Spend your money on your bad bitch.
I've also learnt that real hot girl shit means that they're about to be some things said. Oh. And I haven't worked out what is all about.
You're shot and dead. Just killed you.
Yeah, but it sounds so strange when it's inserted at times the way it is. Like, I find like...
I think it's more like shots are fired when it comes after a lyric has been said that's directed at someone. It's shots fired.
You like some other random thoughts that I've got?
Sure. Yeah.
There are random anime references throughout this album.
Yeah, she likes anime.
Super Saiyan, Sasuke, and, you know, in that same song, she's making sure that she stays home and watches her anime. I'm like, interesting.
Two of the biggest animes ever created. Yeah, sure.
I enjoyed it. The thing is like, because the music doesn't interest me, these random little things in the lyrics are the entertainment for me. So, like, when she says she's a Super Saiyan, I'm like, hey, I can relate. That's relatable to me. I was a teenager growing up when Dragon Ball Z was a thing.
I remember that. I know Naruto. Sasuke.
Yeah, well done. Very good.
Yes.
Yeah, did you have to research that? Or?
No.
Okay,
You're talking to a manga fan, so that's one step above anime.
Man, I haven't seen a single manga at your house.
It's all on the app.
Ah,
I literally have hot tip. If you are a fan of anime or manga, get 2 phones and just download an app onto the phone that you don't have a SIM card in because you just get stuck in them.
you have a burner phone.
I have a burner phone for manga and I don't care. I love it.
Oh, man.
That's why I didn't have to wait 3 years for Naruto to end. I already read it. I knew what happened.
And straight on to Baruto for you.
No.
Anyway, getting off topic. The other random thought that I had for this album was I actually don't know if this album is meant to be listened to as an album.
You reckon? Why is that?
This is more of sort of a funny little insight. Like, I don't know. I listen to the tracks and I'm like, I do get exhausted by the sameness of the tracks beat by beat. Whereas I find myself more entertained by the tracks if I listen to it in small doses. It's like you put on Body and, you know, if it's the first song of hers that you're listening to, you can be like, oh yeah, Body, yada, 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 yada. But if it's like the 6th or 7th, which is where it comes in the album, I'm pulling my hair out. And so I'm what's left of it anyway. As you can see, I'm back to bald now.
Yeah, there's a reason why we're called the Chrome Domes.
Yeah, I know. Thank God we got back to it. I'm glad you had a shave too.
Yeah, it was getting out of control.
Yeah.
I see.
My beard's gone too.
Are you going to go clean shave and like all aerodynamic for the marathon?
For the marathon, yeah, that's a good idea. I might have to do that.
You going to do your arms as well? Because they'll drag, massive drag on those bad boys. Like,
no, I don't want to be like literally itching myself crazy. About to go crazy. Anyway, we're talking about this album. So yeah, for me, I've just basically got like lyrics that stuck out to me all throughout the album, and I don't necessarily want to rattle them all off. I'll just say them to you sporadically as you give your thoughts.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about Shots Fired.
Yeah, go for it.
Being the first album with Notorious B.I.G. in it, talking about how she got shot in the foot twice, lied about it, said that it was glass that she stepped on because she was afraid that Tory Lanez? Don't care if I butchered it. You're guilty anyway. Shot her twice in the feet.
Was it intentionally in the feet?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Yeah, but you read it up on it. So was it just... She's
Look,
just walking,
I'll send a DM and I'll ask her. It's like, how'd you feel? What happened? Do you say, I'm going to shoot you?
So you can't just drop... Oh, she got shot, and then be like, and I'm like, can you give me more details?
No, she got shot in the foot. She was, and she talks about it in this song.
Okay,
but anyway, which is kind of ironic that the fact that the sample that she uses is "Who Shot You" by Notorious B, which is the song that caused a massive beef between himself and Tupac, but also in it she wanted to bring in, this is one that had a mum in it. This is the one that had a mum in it.
Fucking everything.
And this one also has a little quick brought up information about a Barona Taylor who got shot when...
I did notice that name, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, so she is a medical... Well, she's something, probably a nurse. And 3 cops showed up to her place with a no-knock warrant, kicked it in. Someone shot first. 32 shots were shot by the police officers, never hit the man that they were after or whoever, but she got shot 6 times, died. A whole court case, blah, 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 blah. But she obviously was bringing up gun violence and police violence and, you know, not being treated like human beings and looking for justice and also not getting justice.
Do you think a song like that, with the way that it's played out, because I have no idea about this particular world, do you think it was done well? Because it sounds like using...
I think it's pretty fitting.
Okay.
It's cool. Very... I mean, who shot you turned into you shot me, and I'm telling the world all about it.
So I sort of wonder if there's like some taboo over using certain songs that may have escalated to large beefs that then escalated to... No? Fine. Whatever.
I don't think she really cares.
No, it's not even that that she really cares. I mean, some of it's the perception of people who listen to the music. So imagine 100% of her fans knew this and disliked it because of it. There would be outcry. I'm just curious as to how it would be received. It sounds like it's not an issue, obviously.
No, I don't think it is. Okay. I thought it was like was the perfect track to have for this song.
Great.
Then we move into Circles, which is the bad bitch. I got a bunch of bad bitch anthems on this album.
The whole album is that.
Yep. Sugar Baby was another bad bitch. Get it for a bad bitch. Cry Baby. Oh, this has got a line in it I absolutely love because I just think this is with this haunting track.
This is not a haunting track.
It's not a haunting track, but it's just got that little sound in the background. And you're like, oh, it's just sort of out of place, a little bit creepy, a little bit scary movie sort of type. But there's funny lines in this. There's moan like a bitch. Damn, he probably want to wear my hoodie.
That ain't the baby. That's my baby. I think the funniest line in the entire thing is NBA playoffs. That ass. It's a bubble. I had a good old chuckle at that. It's such a stupid line, but because likening like the COVID bubbles that the NBA has to play with into someone's ass is just the funniest shit out. Anyway, moving on.
Do it on the tip.
If your dick broke, put
in
a
the
cast
on
on that dick.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
it's
want
good
no
medical advice.
excuses. I'm not going to chase it.
I actually think it's relatively good medical advice.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, this is also a bit of a hate track or a diss track to anyone that reckons that she should chase him. Is probably not. You need to come after me, or if you hurt me, I'll just go buy some jewelry, put a little bit of ice on my chest, and then wear a fur coat because I'm a cold bitch. You got to keep that heart. You got to keep the heart rate down. Like she's coming out. She's coming out with heat. She needs to cool down.
I mean, we're 4 tracks in.
Bitch.
We're 4 tracks in, and that's 3 out of 4 bad bitch anthems.
Oh, it is seriously just a bad bitch album.
Sugar Baby reminded me of like a JT. It had like the music track reminded me of like a JT track from Sexy Back. It felt like it had that sort of vibe to it.
Back. Yeah.
Again, you know, invest in this pussy boy, support black business. I thought was a pretty funny line.
See, this is why I want you to listen to more hip hop and rap because there are these glorious one-liners.
No, I get where you are sort of alluding to, and yes, but I had to listen to this for a week and get some enjoyment out of it. So like, I'm scrounging. This is the scrounging of enjoyment. This isn't me sitting back going, oh yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed this album because it's amazing and the lyrics are awesome. This is me going, okay, where's the next bit of entertainment coming? Oh man, she's saying some pretty fucking crazy stuff.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's a whole heap of just fuck the sexualizers, just insane. It is insane. She got the shot factor.
I mean, you could see why her and Cardi B teamed up. Right?
Oh my god, yeah.
It just makes total sense.
They were perfect for the song.
Yeah,
they were perfect. That was them written all over it. Why does Juicy keep getting brought up into these songs?
Shut the fuck up!
Shut the fuck up! What Juicy say?
Oh man, I
3 times it was brought up.
Yeah.
Freaky Girls, Work That, and Outside.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I kept confusing the songs because when they start the song with that, I'm like, oh, it's going to be this track, and then it just is never ever the track that I think it's going to be. Were there any other sort of things that sort of popped out to you at all?
Scary Cats, Carol Baskins. Do you know who Carol Baskin is?
I don't even know what Scary Cats is. What are you talking about?
Scary Cats is in Body, which we were also going to talk about the sexual sounds involved.
Well, the problem is, so with Body, like I can't get past the body crazy, curvy, wavy, big titties, little waist. Like I enjoy that as a chorus, but I have a lot of trouble remembering basically anything else outside of it.
Okay, this album probably definitely pissed off a whole lot of people when it came out as a single, because
it's repetitive.
Yeah, true. This would be a song about being positive about your own body.
Yep.
And not giving a shit what other people think or what the media or, you know, society reckons you should be. A thin bitch that's probably real, real hungry. She gonna eat and she gonna be just real hot girl shit. I want to know in this song, because at the very start there's this like, was that really from a moment where her and someone else may have been in the sound studio making it? Because Guns N' Roses did this for one of their tracks where Axl Rose actually took a girl into the room, they had sex, and they used that for the clip in one of the songs, which would probably be Welcome to the Jungle.
I'll have to listen back to that to make sure if that's the case. But I mean, clearly your ears are burning for any sort of sexual activity, so I'll back you in. If you think you heard "Sexy Times," I'll back you in.
Well, I only know that fact from reading Slash's book.
Because he was there watching and filming, obviously.
You try to look for loopholes and everything. It's just like, oh, really? That guy? You just don't believe me. You don't believe the world.
No, but you can imagine the circumstances, like Axl coming back going, "Hey, guys.
Axl Rose? Just how loose Guns N' Roses were.
No, but like, I find it funny to think about like Axl going, "Guys, I just totally nailed this chick. Had record on, didn't mean it, but man, the audio's pretty fucking good."
No, it was all on purpose.
Well, I mean, that's a fucking...
That's a win.
That's a Me Too issue, isn't it? See, this is the problem, right, Britney boy?
What kind of classy girls do you think were hanging around with the Guns N' Roses in the very early days of drug, sex, and rock and roll?
I don't know how many people you can unknowingly record and be okay with it, generally speaking.
I think a whole heap of shit that's happened in the music industry, even for desk jockeys, would be unbelievable to...
Oh, and I'm certain of that too. So like I tend to enjoy, in my mind, picturing how it all went down as like this Hamish and Andy innocent level of banter going on between him and Slash. I mean, I'd watch that, Axl and Slash, if they were
going at it with each other.
No, if they were a Hamish and Andy comedy duo. I think they need to move into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably. If Axl Rose ever turns up.
Yeah.
What's new? Haters.
You. Fuck you. Yeah. This is alright. This is
a fun little song.
Yeah.
Worked that. Licking. Chasing men. Surprisingly.
And so riding like a rodeo.
Yes. Can we get to a point where she talks about all the men she wants to be with and it goes into details of the ones she wants and what they have to do to get her, and then the other ones that can just go away crying, especially if your bank account's attached to your mum's. And then in another song she goes, I just want them on my birthday and Christmas.
Yeah, so she's in control of when she sexually wants something, then she's the one prowling and sourcing it. But when she's not totally worried about it, then you'd better be rich.
Yeah, true. Let's get off this. Go Crazy. Real Missy Elliott. I love that. I guess it has to be one of the idols that she finally gets a chance to work with.
I mean, they sort of come from the same ilk, really, don't they? Like,
yeah.
And this track just feels like it was cut straight out of the early 2000s from a Missy Elliott album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's rolling with punches. She's hitting like Ali. Yeah, Rock Me to Sleep. Singing.
So Rock Me to Sleep sounds like The Weeknd to me. I think the synthy sounds kind of have like that 80s vibe that The Weeknd are going for. And this is the singing track on the album. This one, it was just suddenly it's The Weeknd, and I don't hate it. I actually don't mind this track. This one's alright.
You say the 80s. I reckon it was more R&B 2000s.
The problem is that it might have had R&B flares, but the synth sounds very 80s. Like, to me, it sounds like that, and that's the flavor of the day at the moment, primarily because of The Weeknd, funnily enough. And I know you aren't familiar with them. And
nope.
I mean, if that's the album that you've chosen, that would be something of a coincidence. After Hours.
The new album they dropped?
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got around to listening to it. Well, I think this one is a little R&B 2000, and this is just an anthem for the hotties.
Not everything's a fucking anthem. This isn't an anthem.
No, this is definitely going to be a club song for her fans that are called hotties, and they're just going to be hands in the air shaking.
Anyway, do you like the Beyonce track?
Yeah, that was a fun little spin on the original.
So I hated the fact that like Beyonce's vocals towards like the back end of the song were really pigeonholed into those really tight little blocks of time that she had just based on the way that the track had progressed. And yet, despite that, she still wanted to do her little vocal runs as part of it. And it just kind of came off sounding rehearsed. I don't know. It sounded
rehearsed.
Sounded real. I don't know. Not a fan.
Yeah. was never really a fan of this.
Yeah.
I just kind of like this because I got a friend's, wife now. Her maiden name was Savage, so it was always fun to just imagine him singing this to her because he fucking would. Girls in the Hood is straight up the sample from Eazy-E's Boys in the Hood. Just telling how hard it is and how much of a hard bitch she is. And don't fuck with her. I've had a job since 16 and I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah, I don't text quick because I ain't thirsty.
Yep, she ain't thirsty. That's for damn sure. And she ends with Don't Stop, which is like another electronic.
Yeah, it has a really industrial riff at the start, which I don't hate, to be perfectly honest. But, I mean, you want to know what my note is? Guess what? Megan Thee Stallion is sexual confident, knows what she wants. You know, another song.
Pretty much written against every other song.
Except then, like, in this song as well, you have lyrics like, come to the spot and we lay up and I'll cream that pussy like mayo. At which point I just roll my eyes and just laugh wherever I am because it's just absurd.
Yep. Soup. Yeah, I think you're right.
Anyway.
Definitely give this a listen if you want to be like Matt said. Or everyone might as well give it a listen once if they want to come on the Odyssey.
That's true. Just listen to Intercourse, the best song on the album, obviously.
Yeah, according to Matt. You don't know shit.
Intercourse.
Lucky all the songs are pretty short if you want to do what Matt said and take a couple, listen to any random spots in it. They're pretty good. Or you may just... I don't know. I honestly don't know. Just get ready to be told how she likes it.
Because you'll hear it for 50
You're definitely
minutes.
going to hear it with a lot of twists and a lot of diss.
All right. Score?
No, Matt, I'm going to say... Oh, my God. You'd probably say like a 5.
No, I'm giving this a 3.5.
What? So
it's just, this isn't my music. At the end of the day, there's just nothing here for me.
Fuck, this is a better debut album than Kid Laroi.
And it got scored better than Kid Laroi.
It did so, yeah. Oh, well.
Yeah, I gave Kid Laroi 3.
Oh, wow, half a point. You're being generous, aren't you?
She gets the half a point for the anime references. Super Saiyan? Oh, yeah.
Do you know she's in Mortal Kombat 11?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, she's one of the characters.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, do I give her a 4 on the back of that? No, it's
you
not.
fucking should.
No, it's not part of the album. She doesn't say that she's part of Mortal Kombat in the album.
She doesn't need to. She's done it. Oh, you know what? We're fucking way off topic. All right, next week's album.
Yep, what do we got?
Since you did Megan Thee Stallion, and that's way off center, and you want to add a little bit of zazz to our journey, I will be sending out to your way Eric Church, Heart.
Eric Church, Heart.
Cool thing about, fun fact that I didn't bring up, in Apple Music or iTunes, whichever you want to go with, her album cover moves while you're looking at it.
Oh, cool. With like all the newspapers.
Newspapers all changing, like Harry Potter.
Cool.
It was actually really, really cool. So I started going looking for other albums, as this may just be a new feature.
And this is where you landed?
And this is where I landed.
Okay, cool. Do we have a genre for...
Country.
Oh. At least I chose a genre that you had a chance of liking, Brinny Boy.
Hey, you said you want to put a little spice in the life.
Yeah, by choosing something that I knew I probably wasn't going to like.
Well... Looks like we got hit by a rogue asteroid on our journey through this space and time.
All right.
Thanks, everyone. Enjoy.
No, I'm not thanking anyone. This is all your fault.
This is good news. Real hot girl shit. Listen.
Country?
Yep.
I mean, we can say that we've done it after we've done it, I guess. What's his name? Eric something?
Eric Church.
Hey, is he the Gold Coaster?
Oh, fuck the fun. What? Gold Coaster?
Yeah, there was a Gold Coast dude who'd released a country album in the last, 3 or 4 months.
There was one I did end up liking. I might do soon after.
I'd laugh if this wasn't on YouTube Music.
Eric Church. He has 2 albums that just came out. One's Heart, the other one is Soul. You're lucky you were not doing both.
You don't get 2 album choices.